League of Legends fans couldn't have asked for a better setup. 2 stars on opposing teams who started their careers in the same year and even attended the same school, battling for League's biggest prize nearly a decade later. But Worlds Grand Finals went beyond the storyline. The series had plenty of incredible moments and might be the most exciting and emotional best of 5 in Worlds Finals history. And this wasn't a duel at dawn, it was a fistfight in the pouring rain. It was the payoff at the end of a long road for League fans, and damn does it feel good to be a League fan right now. So let's enjoy the vibes and take a look at this truly exceptional Worlds Final. We are so close to 2 million subscribers on YouTube, and listen, we'd love to have you be a part of that. So why not hit the subscribe button if you're not subbed already, and if you have a good time, maybe hit the like button and maybe ring the notification bell so you get the next one served fresh right away, like a $6 footlong. So Worlds 2022 is done and dusted, and well, you probably didn't expect a finale this incredible. Now, of course, I'd say that because for me, these things are about storylines. I love having an excellent storyline when I go to actually write about this, and there's a strong chance that at least somebody will be doing so in the near future. But what we saw this past weekend wasn't just the result of a cool story, it was an incredible culmination of a year of League of Legends that saw expectations shattered and new champions rise. So let's set the stage. On the one side, we have T1, and of course, the greatest of all time, Faker. Now surrounded by budding young stars, some of whom were developed within the T1 organization, Faker was on a year-long mission to win Worlds. I feel like Danny made at least 6 videos about it during the year, you know, hashtag Faker watch, but at the end of the day, I can't say I blame him. The hype wasn't just hype. Faker and the rest of the team made good on their promise to get back to Worlds, and they mostly stomped opponents on the way to get there. Their opponents, on the other hand, well, they probably weren't a team that many people expected to go all the way. DRX made the true miracle run at Worlds, from their region's 4th seed in play-ins all the way to Grand Finals. It was a historic run, and their star player Deft had history with Faker. The two went to the same high school, and back then, Deft said he had heard a rumor that a top-ranked player was in attendance. Both players also started their careers in 2013, but their 2 paths diverged. Faker would go on to win 3 world championships along with plenty of domestic success. Deft, on the other hand, walked a very different path. In 2013, his team didn't make it out of groups at Worlds, and then in 2014, he bowed out in semifinals. Deft spent 2 years in China before returning to Korea, and he made Worlds 4 more times, although he never got further than quarterfinals. I guess what I'm trying to say is that Deft's story didn't exactly scream championship winner, at least not the way that Faker's did. But Deft was the 5th player to reach 300 LCK wins, the 3rd player to reach 500 LCK games played, and he had 7 world championship appearances. The guy had a pedigree, and he was looking to redeem himself against his rival, Faker. Also, he gets called the alpaca because of his appearance, which I do think is kind of funny, but wait a sec. Do you hear that? I can already hear the notes from my editors screaming at me to just get on with writing about the actual finals, so let's do it. DRX did it. Deft won his first world championship and stole the trophy away from Faker in the last possible game. DRX are your 2022 world champions!
Untiltable, unassailable DRX world champions.
This moment was the culmination of an incredible story. From play-ins to finals, becoming champions. It's never happened before. It will likely never happen again. It's unprecedented, and DRX made history. The biggest storyline in the series, besides the 2 stars, as we mentioned, and DRX winning it all with this Cinderella run, was probably what happened in the top lane, where Zeus, T1's top laner, was expected to be a key part of their victory as one of, if not the best top laners in the world. But instead it was Kingen, DRX's top laner, whose will became law in the top lane. Kingen exposed Zeus throughout the series, and he actually had some pretty incredible highlights for himself.
As Faker absorbs this wave, meanwhile back in top, Q3 hits the mark, Infernal Chain, solo kill!
Kingen was deservedly named MVP of this series, but T1's bot lane was pretty hot too. Keria in particular was consistent for his team, and he was able to show his former teammates on DRX exactly how far he had come.
Another arrow lands into a full combo. It's just a big chunk, but it's while they're also getting the objective.
And they have the Herald as well, so they can push in these bot waves, force DRX.
Oh my god! Keria, are you kidding me? He just sets it up like it's point and click.
And T1's AD carry Gumayushi managed to steal the Baron on 2 separate occasions to keep desperate situations alive for T1.
Keria's trying to find a little bit of vision. They have no smite though. Can Gumayushi steal it? Eyes on Zeus.
Alrighty, let's do it. Zeus is gonna have to disrupt a lot here. Keria looking to zone barrel away. Deft pulls him right back to safety. Kingen is ready to go for Faker, and they find him. Deft again will kill Faker with the Baron, but Zeka dies to the Baron auto. T1 is fighting back. The Baron still at 3,000 HP. Deft looking to go. No way in the world. Deft dies next.
DRX circled T1 like sharks, herding them in. T1 didn't find a response. Guma, can he steal it?
Guma will have to fire a hell of a... What the fuck? Gumayushi steals Baron.
Now I think it's fair to say that this wasn't the cleanest or most technical finals in Worlds history. Like I said earlier, think fist fight as opposed to duel. But in a way, that didn't matter. This series wasn't the equivalent of a 600-page textbook on jungle pathing. No, far from it. In fact, it was a lot closer to your favorite anime, maybe. Will you be pointing to it forever as an immaculate work of art or a technical achievement? Probably not, but that doesn't mean that you didn't still cry at the end. That's where this final truly shone. The stakes, the story, the passion. And it's those things that will set this series apart from its 11 predecessors and however many come after it. Plus, it wasn't a sweep, which is always great. It might be the best Worlds final ever, and I think to some people, it already is. But beyond that, it feels like it has this potential to sort of revitalize the game. Think of how many people watch this great series and now want even more league action. Or aspiring pros who saw the storylines and the plays and now want to make sure that whatever happens in the future at League Worlds, they're going to be a part of it. Plus, most of the players in these finals were young. They have long careers ahead of them, and it's very possible that they will give us even more entertaining series in the future. With emotions running so high, it was heartbreaking to see Keria break down after the loss. Like, I almost had to stop watching it. But it was also wonderful to see him embrace Deft, his former teammate.
From these two teams.
Deft beats Keria. They wanted the title together.
Both teams left everything on the field. Both teams are basically that Ninja Turtles meme. And throughout it all, I had to remind myself to take deep breaths regularly. Like, there were so many moments that absolutely took your breath away and seemed impossible. Ultimately, I think that's what everybody hopes for from a series like this. A chapter that feels like it belongs, that pushes the story forward, and that makes you want to know where it's going to go next. It's not clear where Deft and Faker will go from here. There had been talk of Deft retiring after this tournament, whereas Faker has stated that, yeah, he's going to return. This final was an unforgettable night filled with unforgettable moments. It's going to be very hard to top. But the players that will be responsible for trying are likely going to be the ones who are fighting alongside Deft and Faker. And for me, somebody who's followed the scene for a while now, that's the most exciting part about all of this. We had an incredible finals, but here's to many more. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, hit the sub button and ring the notification bell. For unique bite-sized videos you won't find anywhere else, hit us up on our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.